I'm gonna use it just because, oh, you turn it on. Well, maybe I don't need to use it. You all hear me back there? Yes, no, maybe I'll use it anyway, okay? So, I'm Jerry Miller. I'm the District 5 Board of Director member for y'all. And I know y'all get this nice little thing in the mail, the grassroots, right? And I know that you read it from cover to cover, and there was a misprint into it, okay? So, before I get to the misprint, miscommunication between Larry Severson and myself, basically, last March at our annual meeting, I was up for election, and I chose not to run. And I had another person that decided to run in my stead, and I said, yep, go right ahead. I still have an obligation to be on the board of directors for NDTOA until this December, which is when I'm up for election there. And I got off the board. And lo and behold, our chairperson resigned that night. So before we did the vote, we actually filled 2 positions on our 3-person supervisor board, because our clerk and our treasurer weren't up for election at the time. So they got done with the meeting, and those 2 guys got put in the office, and neither one of them had ever been a township officer before in any capacity whatsoever. And they went, Jerry, we need you to come to our meetings and be our advisor. And I went, yeah, not a problem. You know, whenever the meetings are there, I'll be there for you. I'll help you out, you know, and be a part of it. Well, come June, the 3rd person that was on our board had a stroke and resigned in July. And I was appointed in August to fill his position until the next annual meeting, and I'm going to run again in the next annual meeting to stay on the board, because I missed it that much, being on it for 35 seconds. So even though it says that in the grassroots it says I'm not eligible, I am eligible for it, and I am going to run again. I enjoy coming over here to Steele and talking to you all. You guys, you know, have treated me great and everything else like that. So
that's not what you say when I call you.
Shannon, you're not helping my re-election whatsoever. So anyway, if you get a chance, that's our next topic of conversation is the annual convention and annual meeting. It's our 59th this time around. It's December 8th and 9th at the Ramada Inn, which is on Interchange Avenue, which is, if you take exit 159, it's the hotel to the south and west of it, beyond the gas station back over there. We have a number of pending presentationers. Okay. I've been hanging around you too much, Dave. That's what the problem is. So, right, Joel? So, and by the way, just to put a plug in for Load Pass, I'm not saying that we're great or anything like that, but when you see a void of Kidder County, guys, and you see all the other counties around you that are part of it, those are dollar bills that you're missing out on. And then, you know, you're not going to become millionaires, you know, by being on part of Load Pass at the township level.
We're farmers.
You're already millionaires, I know. But you'll get enough that you'll get a gravel load, maybe 2, maybe 3. It all depends on what comes through the county. You know, if they start putting up windmills or pipelines or whatever happens to be and you're a part of it, the Load Pass comes in and you will get some funding back, and will help a little bit to help maintain the roads a little bit. And it's only non-divisible loads, so ag loads really don't really count onto it. So unless they're hauling supersized combines and stuff. So anyway, going back to the state convention, we got Keith Pick from NDIRF coming in, Tyler Spooter, who is with the North Dakota Water Commission, and he's going to talk about the National Flood and Plain Insurance Program and the changes that are coming into it and stuff like that. Justin Messner is going to be there from North Dakota Department of Emergency Services and talk about FEMA and the different things that are going on to it. Joel will be there with Load Pass again. Todd Weber, who's our current vice president, is going to be talking about proposed changes to our NDTOA structure, and I'm going to talk about that when I get into resolutions a little bit here. Tom Beadle from the North Dakota Treasury Department. We have an invitation for Governor Armstrong to come in, so we got a number of people that are coming in. There's also door prizes. We give away numerous door prizes. We give away, baskets and displays and wine and sometimes the heavier stuff. And that's the reason why Dave always comes over. We're going to have Byron Fuchs there from NDA LTAP. We have vendors there. There's a possibility on Tuesday morning where we're going to do a breakout for the clerk and treasurer, and then there's also the business meeting that always happens on Monday afternoon. Is a business meeting where it's you all have a say in what happens with our NDTOA as a whole. I'm the committee chairman for the awards committee. I'm always looking for somebody to nominate somebody for the grassroots award. I mean, if you know somebody that's been doing a great job out there in your townships, it doesn't have to be inside your township. It can be the next door township. But if you know somebody out there that's been doing a great job and looking out for things and everything else through the townships, it's a real simple process to nominate somebody. And we've actually awarded more than one grassroots award in a given year. So we're always looking for that. Then there's also the Meritorious Service Award, President's Award, and then the NDTOA Excellence Award, and the Legislator of the Year Award. We give away one of those too. Resolutions. So in our bylaws, part of our bylaws said that on occasion we can re-look at this district boundaries that we have. Right now we have 6 districts in the state. So we're looking at redrawing them from 6 to 9. And what happens with that is we're going to look at going to a chairman, vice chairman, second chairman, and this is all still being written in the resolution. So this is not verbatim. I'm just going to say that right up front. Once the resolution is all written and everything else like that, we're trying to get kind of a little bit away from having a president, vice president, and then the past president. We always had the past president on the board he was a non-elected official, and as long as the current president was in office, the past president was there. He was a voting member of the board, but he was never elected to the board once he no longer is president. So it was kind of one of those, you had to have that odd person into it, so that's why we're going from 6 districts with the president, vice president, past president, to 9 districts. You have 9 people, 9 districts being voted. And yes, I stay in this district. You stay with me, so I won't leave you, Dave. I know you got to hold on to my shirt tail all the time for me. So. We are being recorded. I got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, don't put me in your light.
We're also looking at the audit system that we have right now. Right now, it's a 3-person committee that takes a look at the books and stuff like that. We want to take a look at having a reputable firm do the auditing for us stuff to make sure that we're doing things right and everything else like that. Looking forward to the things in the legislature. There may be a special session this year. The special session is to correct a number of things that happened after this last legislative session and to bring some new things to focus. One of the things that we already talked about is that if you have a budget over $100,000, you have to have you have to have a budget meeting in the fall of the year. So what we're trying to do is get rid of that as a mandate for anybody that has a budget over $100,000. So that one's going to go away. Next topic, Township Tuesday. I don't know if any of you had a chance to participate or not. The second Tuesday of just about every month. This month we canceled it because it was Veterans Day. There are other things going on. The next one in December is actually during the state conventions. There won't be one there, but then in January again we'll pick it up again probably and go from there. But Township Tuesday, it's hour and a half. You can do it via Zoom on your computer, or you can do it on your cell phone. You can just listen in by calling in and dialing in. So there's a number of different ways to participate into it. It's a good roundtable discussion about questions and answers. We don't have just one lawyer anymore for the association board of directors and president. So yeah, we actually have 2. Tom Moe is kind of pulling back a little bit. He's doing more snowbirding and stuff like that, so he's kind of pulling back a little bit. And now we have another young man by the name of Jamie Tennyson. He's also a farmer and a lawyer at the same time, which is a dangerous combination, I would say. So he's kind of stepped up to take over Tom's reign and take over his responsibilities. So he's been around townships his entire life, so he fully understands what's going on with us out there. Flex Fund in the grant application process, and so just kind of give you a quick highlights of what's going on with it. And I remember now, the legislator gave $80 million to the flex fund. The first 40 mils goes to municipalities, cities, towns, that kind of thing. The second 40 goes to county and townships. And they had 410 applications, 184 from townships, 120 from counties, and 106 from cities. The total project cost, now 80 mil, keep that in mind, was $765,394,671.69. Set it down to a science how much the estimates were. Townships came in with 120 million or 112 million. Counties came in with 340 million. Cities came in with 312 million for $80 million worth of legislative money that was out there available for some grants. So when you think about that, I mean, we have a lot more issues and problems out there than what our legislators are willing to fund for us or help us out with. So if you have any questions about it or anything we can do about it and stuff, I mean, that's where try to get with our congressmen and say, hey, try to do a little bit more on the flex fund, go from 80 maybe to 100, maybe to 1,000, And they talked about when they got the results in that they're going to try and it's not going to be one place is going to get the 40 million. It's going to be a trickle effect across the board for all the projects that were put in out there and stuff. So we'll see what happens. The final results has not been tabulated in, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even tell you. I haven't heard when the final results are going to come out. So one of those things. So last item ahead, pending any questions, and I'm always hanging around here. So after the break, during the break, afterwards, and stuff. I heard Dave's buying a beer at the club, so I like him as a president. Don't get me wrong, Jared. You made a good president too.
They might
so.
be buying it if you're paying for it.
I'm paying for it. Okay, that'll work. That'll be a bargain. We will be doing the workshops again. It'll be next spring, late winter, early spring, February, March time frame into February, about the first part of March. We'll be doing one here in Steele at the club, and then we'll be doing one over in Jamestown for as far as the district as a whole. So, anybody got any quick questions of me that I can, for the good of the order? No, you're tired of me talking, so get set on. Okay.
So
Come vote for me.
2 votes? We need 2?
2 for each county.
2, okay.
You're allowed 2 for each county.
Does anybody want to step up and go for Kidder County? The association up here pays for your registration if you want to go. We have to fill out a form, and you have to vote for Jerry.
You don't have enough money today.
I know. It's something you can think
I
about
couldn't
if you
resist
do
that.
go on December 7th and 8th, or 8th and 9th, sorry. You just have to let Ron know, and he will pay you if you do go.
Can get paid for, well, I think it's in the press release, you pay for more if you want.
We'd just like to have 2, so we get 2 votes in there.
Yeah. We don't pay for it.
Yeah, I know it.
No,
I
just the
guess it's gotta be
registration.
decided.
Yeah, I know it's in the press release.
Okay, come on. Josh. You wanna come
Jason's
up?
title.
Jason, sorry.
Yep.
Too many names. Come up.
All right.
He's the last minute, so he gets to speak last.
I'll be real brief.
Yeah, I'm getting on.
Hello? Oh, geez, that's loud. I'd like to thank you guys for shoehorning me in here at the last moment. So basically, what I'd like to talk about is comprehensive plan and zoning ordinances. And really quickly, the reason is because sometime in the next year or so, there will be solar fields coming to Kidder County. So we are fighting this fight in Eddy and Lemoore and various other counties. Our intention with this in Kidder County is to get ahead of this. Each individual township can come up with a comprehensive plan and come up with zoning ordinances and decide whether they want these alternative renewable energy things in their township or not. So if you don't have the plan, when the company rolls through, then it goes to the county. write the county ordinances. So just really quickly, a comprehensive plan is a broad strategic document outlining a community's vision for the future, including land use patterns, infrastructure, and environmental protection. Zoning ordinances, on the other hand, are legally enforceable regulations that can dictate how land can be used in specific areas. So, in the interest of time, I'm not going to talk a lot. I'll be here during the break. I've got information packets and sample comprehensive plans, as well as sample moratoriums from various townships around the state. I can hand them to you if you want those for examples. I can email you the entire packet if you want. Basically, that's my plan. Our plan is to just give you guys the information. If your township, if the people of your township are for solar fields or whatever, that's great. I'm not having a problem with that. If your people in the township are against it, that's great too. You should have the autonomy and the authority to decide what happens within your 36 square miles. So again, I got loads of information over there. I'm not going to drag this out any longer because everybody's getting tired. Ask me questions during the break. I'll be here after the meeting as well. You can ask me questions. I'll hand out packets if you want them. I'll give you emails. I'll give you my phone number, anything you want. So with that, I just thank you for letting me speak, and then we'll shut her down.
Thank you for coming. Okay, we're going to take a break now.